Yeah.
Introduction?
No, I'm just going with it, but it's out there. Just go right into it. Right. Spotty was me chummy was, a ginger-headed bloke, an everlasting gas bag and as stubborn as a moke. He gave us all the blimmin' hump before it came to war by sporting all these bits of French, what no one asked him for. He says to me, old chum, he says, you won't stand half a chance when I gets in conversation with them damosels of France. I says to him, oh, shut your face. He says, all right, bonsoir. Don't hurt yourself, mon cher ami. Then, so long, au revoir. And on the transport, how he swanked it with his parle-vous-en-airs, till I nearly knocked his head off, 'cause he said I'd mal de mers. And when we landed, what a beano, for how them Frenchies laughed and cried, and I could see old Spotty swelling, fit to bust himself with pride, for he was blowing over my kisses and shouting, Vive la France! Till the Sergeant Major copped him. He said, here will be chance. But we didn't get no waiting, and where we went to, no one knows. And it wasn't like the fighting, what you've seen in picture shows. For we had days of hell together, till they told us to retire. Then the flow of Spotty's language set the water carts on fire. But him and me was lucky, 'cause 2/3 of us were dead through the greasy black mariahs and the shrapnel overhead. And every time they missed us, when the fire was murderous hot, old Spotty'd shout, encore, encore, as French for rotten shot. And at last there came the time when we got him on the go, and him and me was fighting in a little place called Mo. We was lying down together in a hole dug with our hands, 'cause you gets it sort of sudden if you moves about or stands. We was sharing half a fag, we was, yes, draw about, when I felt him move towards me, and he says, oh mate, I'm out. His eyes, they couldn't see me, and they never will no more, but his twisted mouth that whispered, so long matey, au revoir. There was no one just the same to me, 'cause him and me was pals. And if I could only have him with me now, you could keep your fancy girls. But he's talking French in heaven now, so it's no use feeling sore. But God knows how I miss him. So long, Spotty. Au revoir.
And then I want to go back to...
Mamma mia, bella, bella!
No, I'm going to be a bit pushy to get these two sounds in.
Do your best, Pete.
4.
Well, this next monologue, ladies and gentlemen, is all about a marvellous little horse called Coffee Cup. Perhaps you've heard about Coffee Cup's Derby. Well, I trained that horse for the race, for I've trained over 10,000 winners, yes, and 5,000 more for a place. For Coffee Cup looked like a Shetland, her tiny black mane shone like silk, In fact, her mouth was so small that to feed her, we had to condense all the milk. So we stabled her out in a greenhouse in the hope that she'd grow under glass. But Coffee Cup never got bigger. She still remained just demi-tasse. The first big event that she ran in, I felt scared to death, I must own, for she raced for a bride and a fortune to win me the Derby and Joan. The bookmakers all tried to dope her, for they knew that the horse couldn't fail. They tried to put glue in her porridge, yes, they tried to put salt on her tail. But on the way to the race, I got anxious, for I'd heard of the crooks in town. So I took Coffee Cup in a taxi, in case she got pinched going down. But we got to the race course in safety, but Hawkins, the jockey, then struck. He objected to ride on a Friday, in case it should bring him bad luck. So we rang up the labour exchanges, and they all got mixed on the phone, and they sent round a heavyweight boxer, a giant of 34 stone. There wasn't time now to replace him, so off he was sent on the course. But the mob gave a yell when they saw him. He was 3 times the size of the horse. As soon as he sat in the saddle, poor Coffee Cup started to cough, and he just got his knees in the stirrups when the plate fell. Hurrah! They were off! The first quarter mile was a whirlwind, but gamely away there she egged. But I knew that the weight must be telling, for the horse was becoming bow-legged. But Coffee Cup still plodded onward. The corner she somehow got round, but the jockey had hard work to get. Bit now. I'll tell you, we're a heavyweight boxer. Right. They sent round a heavyweight boxer, a giant of 34 stone. But there wasn't time now to replace him, so off he was sent on the course. But the crowd gave a yell when they saw him. He was 3 times the size of the horse. And as soon as he sat in the saddle, poor Coffee Cup started to cough. And he just got his knees in the stirrups when the flake fell. Hurrah! They were off! The first quarter mile was a whirlwind, but gamely away there she egged. But I knew that the weight must be telling, for the horse was becoming bow-legged. But Coffee Cup still plodded onward. The corner she somehow got round, but the jockey had hard work to ride her. His feet kept on touching the ground. But the others were gaining upon her when she gave a low, pitiful whine. I could see that the poor horse had hiccups, as well as a kink in the spine. I knew now she'd not stay the distance, but she seemed to have cramp in the legs. Then she staggered, she fell, she lay helpless. Poor Coffee Cup, drained to the dregs. But up jumped that stout-hearted jockey, though I had given up the ghost, for he stooped and he picked up that horse in his arms, and he ran with her first past the post.